Brazilian Grand Prix, round 19 of the World Championship. And look at the conditions that have greeted us here today in Interlagos. It is bucketing down with rain, and the cars are just about to head out and a few exploratory laps of the circuit. And it looks like the first man coming down the pit lane is a Toro Rosso. Who was that? Coming out onto the racetrack. And they are all out there on intermediate tyres, it would seem, Jamie. I'm a bit surprised by this. Very early days. But they're all going out there on inters. And yes, Jimmy.
Did someone just spin?
Didn't we? Yeah, I think we had a spinning Force India. He's actually spun onto the racetrack now. I think the game's put him out on the racetrack.
Yeah.
For some reason. It's in a Mercedes, I think it was. But look at the rain, Jimmy. At very early stages, exploratory laps. And look at this. All coming out there on intermediates on a very wet track, and it's lashing down with rain.
Well then. Yeah, I don't know. So it's not wet tires. I mean, that's a lot of rain. That is a lot of rain.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's a lot of rain, and of course Jamie alongside us today. I didn't properly introduce you there, so apologies for that one. But Jamie alongside us today. You were late joining us last week with a few issues, but we got the world champion crown as well. Pistas wrapping up that world title, and not really the most exciting of fashions. It's a bit of a damp squid, isn't it, Jamie? The way this title race has panned out. But next season's when we really expect the title race to take real shape, and we expect a real battle at the front for this title. So the races until next season, which isn't far away, of course. We've almost go straight into the next season after the Race of Champions, which is coming up in a few weeks' time. But these races, Jamie, they're a good chance to get a guide of form and who going into the next season is looking really quick, isn't it?
So you're asking who's looking quick, or sorry, I was just fixing something here.
I'm saying this is a good chance, a good guide, isn't it? To see who will be the quickest going into next season.
I guess so, since basically everyone's here. That's one way to put it. I don't know. It's very people prefer certain tracks, but whoa, who's that off in the? I think that's Mike. Hold on, sorry. Where's Mike? I think a McLaren just pulled straight off on his qualifying lap.
He did.
Oh, okay.
It was Michael Davis. He stopped. Is it a
oh,
PU
it's the PU. Oh no!
Look at that.
That's
only
the last thing McLaren needed. That's a
2 minutes
shame.
And 45. 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the stream, and Jamie's already managed to come up with the power unit solution to the power unit problem. There we go.
100% power unit
from Jamie. But it looks like he's hit Control Alt Delete, Jamie, because he's moving again, and Michael Davis on his way.
Hopefully that fixes the problem. I'll not put the mask on it, because you know that could come back to haunt him later in qualifying or in the race. But
of course it could.
Cliffy now coming through. What's that? Which one is the penultimate corner? That's the penultimate corner, right? I can't even tell which one. There's a couple of corners in the back straight that, or the straight down to the finish line that I don't even know. That could be a corner for all I know.
Yeah, they're all. It's very strange. As Cliffy puts in the first time on the board, a 1 minute 20.789, instead of Mercedes beats it immediately a 1:20.260. I wonder where the times will be come the end of the session. But wow, what an effort from Michelangelo! Straight out the box, flies into the 1:19s, a 1:19.3, almost a full second quicker than anyone else. Zalin, who's been in good form of late, goes second quickest on a 1:20.121. Still, Jamie, though, a long way away from the time that Michelangelo's popped in. Gordon N's gone into 5th place. Shimasi's gone down to 7th. We've got Hungry Tadpoles off down at turn 1. Has he went for a spin maybe down there? Lickleblocks does a 19.7. Daniel Musso a 19.9. The Italian pops in there, but we're getting a few indications of what kind of lap times to expect. As Pistas now raises the bar, 1:19.4, and shows that Michael is not going to be on his own out there. Nowick now, a 1:19.6. Time's coming down rapidly. Great effort there from Nowick. I'm a bit surprised at that one. I didn't see that coming, Jamie, did you?
No, actually, to be fair, no, I didn't. But then he did put on a good performance in Japan when he wasn't allowed to qualify just yet. So I don't know what his true pace is, but that's a really good lap. I don't want to speak too soon.
Yeah, well, decent effort. We're still waiting on Lewis. Let's see if we can pick Lewis up. He's crossing the line now to start the flying lap. So he will be one of the championship contenders next season. Let's have a look at Lewis as he goes down through turn 1 and 2, the Senna S, and then into that tricky turn 3, which caught so many drivers out back in that 2003 Brazilian Grand Prix. I think it was 5 or 6 cars off going through turn 3 back in that day. And it was similar conditions as well to this these damp conditions we have right now. But Lewis now gingerly, slowly climbing his way out through the first sector and into the second sector of the lap. And Jamie, this is a really technical part of the lap, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like as if the first part mirrors the second part, doesn't it, as we find out right now?
Yeah, you need a lot of mechanical grip, not just aerodynamic grip here, because the car just slides around, especially through this U-shaped downhill corner. It's an absolute bastard trying to get on the throttle, trying to keep the car in line. As a Toro Rosso's off, I'm not too sure who that was. I think it's Cliffy, maybe?
It's gone third quickest, Cliffy, 19.4. Look how tight it is, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Top 7 covered by just 0.3 of a second. You'd imagine Lewis is going to pop in there somewhere as he goes down where Lewis Hamilton famously won the World Championship on the final lap, the final couple of corners. And now climbing up the hill towards the final part of the lap. Of course, back in 2003, another big shunt here, Alonso and Webber in these damp conditions. The rest of crashed here as well in damp conditions. And Lewis across the line, he goes quickest of all, a 1:19.190, straight out the box, Jamie, and straight to the top of the timesheets. Great effort that in that Force India, and he's very early doors, looking like the man to beat, Jamie, isn't he?
That's a solid lap. That's a solid lap. I didn't expect him to take pole either. So I guess it's gonna be another battle between Lewis and Michael, sorry.
Possibly
that's needed.
As well. And I think we're in for a cracker, Jamie. I really do. I woke up this morning and headed down to the commentary box and saw the weather, and I really did feel that when I saw, look at this now, Michael going second, Michael going quickest of all, a 1:18.7 from Michael. What a time that is.
Wow,
Michael puts Lewis aside with the 1:19.1.
His car.
Improving, Jamie.
I don't know if the track is improving or it's the weight of his car. He had such little fuel on that lap. Like, he only has 0.11 to get back to the garage, back to the pits. So I don't know. I think the track is probably looking better. I mean, it's not. I don't know if it's raining a bit less, but he's out of fuel though. He's in low fuel mode, so he definitely it took a very lightweight car. I don't know if that was smart to do in the middle of qualifying, because now he's losing time, trying to get back to the pits.
Yeah,
That's something you need to do at the very end, not at the start.
Yeah, well, you're right, Jamie. I mean, he has obviously used the optimum there. He's went to the absolute limit on his car performance, and as you say, he went with as least fuel as he can. As Lewis now gets really close to Michael. I think the times are coming down. It's not raining as heavy as it was at the start of the session, Jamie.
Yeah, Cliffy's closing.
This kind of does hurt Michael, as you say. He needs to get back to the pits and ensure that he gets another lap in, because this track looks like it's drying. So Lewis has now gone second in a 1:18.7. Cliffy's gone third on an 18.8. This session is going to go right to the wire. I'm really loving this. It's Michael on top with 4 minutes to go in qualifying. Lewis is second, Cliffy third, Lickle is fourth, and Nowek now fifth. Beastas yet to put in another quick time in sixth position. Jamie, who do you fancy at the moment? Can you call it?
Behave. I can't even call anything, mate. You've got Michael, you've got Lewis, you've got Cliffy, you've got Beastas. I really don't know who's gonna pull this one off, mate. I mean, I didn't even expect the top 5 to be even that close. Surely when people like Nowek, Liquid Blocks, and Beastas get another run, I think that any one of the top 6 could get a pull, to be honest. If everyone gets up the track.
Jamie, but there's a couple of men that have not set representative lap times that have got will have a say in it, and that's Gran Turismo. The winner last hour, his first ever ILR victory in Mexico, a superb effort. He's had a 1:20.0 so far. He's currently on an outlap, so he will be the first man to test the racetrack conditions now on this latest run. So he might actually get 2 laps or an extra lap than the other guys around him. So we're going to have to watch going in here. The Sauber driver is going to maybe have a slight advantage of knowing what the conditions are like, having come out of the pits a little bit earlier on doing his run later. So let's see what Gran can do. Another man to watch is Falcon. He's on an outlap. He's only 18th at the moment. He's desperate to win. He's not won at all this season. He's been so close on many occasions. But here is Gran. He's 11th at the moment on a 1:20.063. What about this time, Jamie, as he goes down through the Senna S? It's a really tricky racetrack, Jamie. In the damp conditions, where do you think it's the hardest point? Where is it really separated into the boys for you?
Probably set a 2 onto that U-shape left-hander. Because that grip is it's an absolute joke in the wet. I mean, in the dry, it's already a pain. I can't imagine what it's like in the wet. I mean, you have no mechanical grip, you have no aerodynamic grip. The car is just squirming in Sector 2. I think the entirety of Sector 2, especially this corner is coming up to as well in the rain, that is an absolute pain.
Yeah, it is a bit of a pain. We've got a slow car out there. It's Zalin going slowly. It's his Gordon's teammate. Gordon's just coming up to him. But yeah, as you say, Jimmy, a really tricky racetrack, especially in damp conditions. It's quite a bumpy old circuit, and you often get a lot of rivers running across the racetrack, and that can also catch the cars out in these damp conditions. But let's look at Gran then as he heads down the hill towards Yoncao. How do you say it? Yoncao. There's so many different ways to say these Brazilian names. Yoncao. Here goes Gran up the hill. Not very good for a Scotsman to try and pronounce these Brazilian names, is it? It really isn't. But here comes Gran to the end of a lap. He's taking the shortest route towards the start-finish line. Is it going to be enough to put him on the pole position? No, it's not. He goes sixth at 1:19.4, and is that slightly disappointing, Jamie, from Donanen?
No, I don't know. I don't want to say it's disappointing because I don't know exactly his true pace yet either. So I mean, I don't know if he's pushing above his weight or what, but I think he's still going for another lap. So I'll be interested to see what he'll do.
Perhaps there's been a little harsh on him there, but good effort from Gunnarsson, I suppose. He goes 7th. He'll need to improve, though, if he wants to really fight for the victory today. Pistas only 8th at the moment. He'll need to do better. Zena Mercedes has managed to go up into 4th place. The top 3 are all on outlap, so they will not get an extra lap. This will be their only run. The likes of Zena Mercedes, Lickel, Nowek, Gunnarsson, Pistas, they will all get 2 runs out of this, I would think. So the top 3 are slightly disadvantaged in that sense. Who's the man to watch? Hungry Tadpoles has now gone 5th quickest on a 1:19.136. Look how tight this is. It's quite incredible.
Falcon
now
goes up into 4th
place.
Zena Mercedes
he
5th.
will get another lap. Zena Mercedes 5th. Look how tight it is around
Zalan, oh my god.
Zalan goes third. That almost tells you right now how much this track is improving. An 18.8 from him. We might see some serious lap times here from the likes of Michael, Lewis and Cliffy come the end of the session. Lewis is about to start a lap. We need to go to someone that's further round. Here is ZR Mercedes then, currently 6th quickest. This might be quick enough for Paul in the Force India. He's heading for the start line. Is he going to put himself up to the top? Pistas goes to the top, 18.7. ZR Mercedes goes even quicker.
Oh my god.
1:18.722. The time's changing all the time here. The top 4 are separated by less than half a tenth of a second.
Little block smashes it.
He knocks them all aside and goes to the top of the time to the 1:18.3. What an effort from him. Can anyone knock him off the top? Michael and Lewis all out there on quick laps. Zalan as well. Michael Davis is popped into 8th position with a late run. Nowek goes up into 2nd. It's changing by the moment here. So Nowek now goes 2nd. There'll be no extra laps from him. He and Lickel have seen the flags. The Mercedes is in the wall. So it's all about Pistas, Michael and Lewis, and maybe even Zalan as well. Here is Zalan running up the hill, heading towards the start-finish line. Falcon's seen the flag. Only 6th for him. He'll be disappointed. Here comes Zalan. Where can he put the car? Currently 8th. He puts it
into 3rd. Where's Michael?
Michael only 2nd. 18.4. What about Pistas?
Pistas down in 7th. What in the world? Danielle's gone 5th.
7th. But he's up 3/10. Pistas is 3/10 up. He's backed out of it though.
Oh no, he's out of fuel.
Oh, Pistas out of fuel. It might have denied him pole. Lewis is only 8th. Cliffy now sees the flag. He goes up to 3rd. And one of the most incredible qualifications. What about Gunnarsson? He's pitted. Gunnarssen's pitted. And that rounds off a breathtaking qualifying session. Goodness me, you had no idea.
Disaster with the fuel.
Next. Pistas fuel has cost him big time. I cannot believe how good that section was. Breathe it in, folks. Look at that. Unbelievable. Lickel goes quickest for Renault with a 1:18.3. He snatches the pole. Can he add to his tally of 2 victories so far this season? He seems to be blowing hot and cold. A great chance tomorrow. Michael is 2nd in the McLaren, a 1:18.4. Also with a 1:18.4 with the last ditch effort was Cliffy. Nowek 4th with a 1:18.5. Zalan 5th, continuing his good form. Danielle 6th. Mercedes 7th. Pistas only 8th. Lewis only 9th. And Falcon 10th. Only 4 and a bit 10s covering those top 10 cars.
The top 13 is covered by half a second, and the top 19 is covered by a second. That's ridiculous.
That is incredible, and that just shows you. I mean, I spoke about it moments ago. We cannot wait, as we're mated by dry conditions. We cannot wait for next season. I think next season is just going to be an absolutely classic season. I cannot wait. I cannot pick a champion. I can't even pick a race winner here in Brazil. It's going to be a fantastic race. Cliffy is going to have a chance from 3rd. I mean, the last few races he's been starting a little bit further down, so a good chance for him to try and challenge Lickel and Michael, but you got to feel Jamie Lewis and Pistas have got the work cut out from 8th and 9th position, haven't they?
Yeah. Pistas, that's a disaster though. I didn't expect that, to run out of fuel. I was wondering why he backed off. It was 3/10 up, but then I saw the low fuel mode counter and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. He ran out of fuel. A lot of people were pushing the car too hard though. A lot of people were running out of fuel. I don't know if that was smart or what, but I guess it's a strategy. Running out of fuel in qualifying.
We're all trying to run them really low. Unfortunately, it's not worked out. We've got a formation lap, but this is what's good about this formation lap, where we can take in the strategies that people are going to choose, because of course you can pick any tyre you want.
Oh my.
They all qualified on the intermediate tyres, and we have got a real mix of tyre
We've
choice
got a real
in that
mix of
top
tyres.
10. So we've got Lickle on the pole with a super soft tyres on board his car. We've got Michael on softs. We've got Cliffy on softs too. Noex also went for softs in 4th position. Then you've got Zal and Danielle and Zera Mercedes all going super soft. Beastas in 8th has gone soft. And then interestingly, Jamie, we've got a little word on this. Lewis in 9th position on the mediums, the only man in the field to try it. What do you think that is for? Any reason why he's done that?
You know what? The way things have been going so far, I'm not even going to open my mouth. I'm not even sure what that's all about. But
well, we'll see what happens. I mean, will it be a 1-stop? Will it be a 2? I think it might be a 2, going by what I'm seeing here. Maybe Lewis turning 1.
I think it's. I think it might be possible for someone like probably not Lico, but I don't know. Michael starting on the softs. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's possible to do soft, super soft.
Well, we'll find out. Michael, if anyone's going to do it, will be the man to do it. Lewis in 9th, of course. Then on the medium, Falcon 10th on the softs, as is Frisky CJ. Michael Davis, super softs from 12th. Shimasi, only 13th. He's having a bit of a nightmare into this season, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Nowhere at the moment. Soft time for him, and Hellboy as well on the softs too. Hungry Tadpole 15th in the grid, starts on super softs. Liam Robbo, Ace of Pace also doing that. Bullet on down in 18th, he'll be disappointed with that on the soft tire. Gone in N, even more disappointed when it last time out, only 19th, and he is on the super soft. Johnny R95 rounds up the grid, and he takes on board a set of the soft compound tire. Well, we cannot wait for this race. There's so many mixes of strategy going on here in this Grand Prix. The field is so tightly packed. B-Stats is 8th, Lewis is 9th. Those guys that will try to come through the field. Meanwhile at the front, can Lickle win for the 3rd time this year? We're about to find out as the lights get ready to go on here in Brazil for round 19, the penultimate race of the championship. 4 lights, 5. We are racing in Interlagos, and we've got a name of the drive-through penalty. He's jumped the start already, but it's a perfect start for Lickle Blocks going into turn 1. The dream start. He easily leads from Michael in 2nd. Cliffy is 3rd. Then it's Zalin up into 4th, and Novik down to 5th. Do they all make it through that first corner? It seems like they do, but it's a perfect start for Lickle out in front. They all make their way harmlessly through that first sector, and it's Lickle from Michael, from Cliffy. Then it's Zalin in 4th, Novik 5th. Danielle is 6th and pushed off the track. There was Danielle, almost 4 wide going into turn 4, and thankfully they all make it through. A clean start all round though, Jamie, as Beastas and Zera Mercedes do battle side by side. Beastas and Zera Mercedes up the inside, passes Beastas, then clips the Ferrari of Danielle and loses out once again.
There was too many people in one. There was too many people in that small area there. Danielle got a tap from behind going into turn 4 and tried to bring the car back on track, and that's why I was 4 wide. I think someone in that pack of cars has damaged their wing though. I saw something fly off.
Yep. Zera Mercedes is the man with that damage. She's got right end plate damage on that car, so a disastrous start for her. But everyone pretty well behaved despite that minor issue. Pardon me. As further down, we've got Ace of Pace and Bullet in the battle for 19th and 20th, doing battle side by side, going down towards turn 1. Into the pits comes Michael Davis. Ooh. And Gonan ends in as well. So have they both got severe damage?
Gonan ends probably to serve a drive-through.
And look how tight it is further down the back. Let's have a little look here. Michael Davis in for a set of soft compound tyres. And yeah, as you say, Gonan in for that drive-through indeed. So Lickle leads from Michael 2nd, Cliffy 3rd. And look at Zalin.
Look at that.
The Hungarian driver trying round the outside of Cliffy. No way through there as Michael Davis retires, and his wretched championship defence is going to be coming to an end next week in Abu Dhabi. It's been a season to forget, Jamie, hasn't it? For Michael Davis.
The fair play to sticking through it though.
Yeah, he's stuck by it, Michael Davis, but it's not been the ideal season for him at all. As Zalin looks the raciest, the most racy of anyone out there, right up behind Cliffy at the moment, as we got Ace of Pace and Bullet doing battle down. Oh, look at that, side by side for 16th and 17th. Ace of Pace holding the ground, holding the position at the moment. Bullet climbing all over the back of him. Bullet will be racing in the ULC, I believe, on Tuesday for ILR, so I hear.
Yes, sir.
And Ace of Pace, who's he replacing? Is it Ace of Pace he's replacing, or Shimasi?
Wait, I'm gonna have to ask Jack. I'm not exactly too sure, but
I thought he told me. That's what Sean told me. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But he is apparently doing it. And Beastas is apparently made a move as well on Danielle, and he has. He's gone up into 6th place, and now the wounded Ferrari. A bit of shock. Been overtaken by Beastas. Now goes side by side with his teammate.
Oh, more debris.
Severe contact there. I'm now getting a phone call. That's getting ignored.
Who lost their wing? I saw something go flying off. Oh, it's Danielle's vortex generator. Oh yeah, you can tell. Wow, that understeer is ridiculous. Yeah, that's his wing done. At least he's on the super softs though, so he's gonna have to change things up a bit.
Yeah, not really good at all for Danielle. He seemed to lose the position to Pistas, and then they went banging wheels with Falcon down the straight. His Ferrari teammate. I don't think the Ferrari fans or Arriva Bene would have been pretty happy with that. Two cars crashing into one another and run down to turn 4. But thankfully, Danielle is going to carry on despite that wing damage. He's now going to be easy prey, we think, for Lewis, who's now right behind them as they go up the hill towards turn 1. The DRS will be open in a few moments' time. Lewis then sweeps to the outside. Michael sets a new fastest lap as Danielle bails out, comes into the pit. So Lewis up into 8th place as a result. And Danielle joins the group of cars down the back who have made a pit stop. That's Zera Mercedes and got an N, who I think actually was serving a penalty for a jump start right at the start of the Grand Prix. But interestingly, Jamie, Lickel not dropping Michael behind him.
That's why I was curious to figure out why he started on the super softs, because really he should have just started on the softs. Because if something like that happens, at least you can switch to a faster tire. But now he's on the fastest tire. I mean, he is pulling a gap in the middle sector, but I think Michael is the superior straight line speed. I mean, even Cliffy's right there too.
Cliffy and Allen, they're all there, Jamie. Look at the top 7 cars. There's not a second separating any
not
of
a
them.
second separating the top 7.
Yeah, and as a total, that is 3.8 seconds covering the top 7. So, wow, we are in for a cracking race. Lewis is a little bit back from Falcon. Expect him to close that even on the mediums. He's flying as Lewis. You actually, we need to keep an eye on Lewis, Jamie. 8th position, only 5.3 off the lead. I know it's only lap 4, but in
the mediums too.
Mediums, you'd be quite happy with that, wouldn't it?
I think that's a solid performance so far from him.
Yeah, it really is, but
Falcon looking up.
11.5 seconds cover the top 15 now. That's the guys that haven't been in the pitch yet.
Pistas runs it a bit wide. Falcon's gonna be all over him. Oh, a bit of contact. I don't know if that was lag or not, but Falcon's kept his entire front wing together. Pistas tries to go defensive, puts the car back on the racing line, but that was very close. I don't know how he didn't destroy the car. Like, Tadpoles is just retired. Yeah, the car is still in one piece, so he retired.
He was backwards and we've lost Bullet now. He's crashed. Where's he crashed it? Turn 4.
Oh no, that's it. I think that.
At turn 3.
Oh no, what could that be possibly? He just pulled off.
Renault,
probably the Renault, the engine.
Honda next year. It's bad enough as it is at the moment for Bullet. It's going to get even worse with the Honda engine in that Toro Rosso next season.
God bless me.
Nothing's going wrong for Cliffy, but a disaster for Bullet. His race is over. I actually seen Hungry Tadpoles facing backwards in the barrier down there at the final corner. So I don't know what happened to him. I don't know how he ended up in there, and he must have made contact with someone. But as you say, Jamie, earlier on, Michael has got so much more straight line speed.
Look at that straight line speed! Oh my God!
He's nearly moving into turn 1. Cliffy's there as well. They're all right there on the back of Lickel, whose tyres might be starting to cry a little bit. They might be starting to die on that Renault. And now Michael could smell blood. So can Cliffy, so can Zallen, so can Nowek. They're all right there. 3.5 seconds cover the top 7 cars. What a race we're in for. And Lickel still just about keeping Michael behind. Michael 2nd, Cliffy 3rd, Zallen 4th, Nowek 5th, Pistas 6th, and Falcon is 7th as they all hurtle up the hill through turns 5 and 6, but
Lickel Blocks must be he must be running really high wings, because he fares really well in the 2nd sector. I mean, I don't know, I think his tires are starting to go now, but he was doing well in the 2nd sector, albeit he was on the super softs. But like, I think that's all being nullified by the fact he keeps getting destroyed on that main straight. That was ridiculous how far Michael caught him back from.
Yeah,
he's definitely gonna get done here.
He really is. Yeah, Lickel's going to have to get defensive as Michael has a humongous slide coming out of that final corner on the track. Here we go then. Well, this is sort of the last corner, but it's pretty straight.
Falcon's had a disaster.
Through here, and here comes Michael. I think he's been spared this time, Lickel, by that Michael error. Will he look up the inside? No, he won't. And now he's going to switch his attention to Cliffy behind, because Cliffy looks quite racy in 3rd. Zallen actually dropping back a little bit from the group now, but is Michael close enough to Lickel? No, he's not.
Oh, Nowek all over the back of Zallen. Forcing Zallen to go defensive.
Can he go right round the outside of the Hungarian driver? The German has a look. He can't find a way through. What about on the cutback? He's tucked right up behind the Sauber, but still no way through. And Zallen starting to lose pace now. He cannot keep with the searing speed of the front 3. Well, to be honest, it's a little bit harsh. He's only a second behind them, but I think they are slightly quicker at the moment. And we've got a yellow flag, and that is Shimasi and Hellboy off the road in that final middle sector.
Yeah, and Falcon had a disaster last lap too.
Oh dear.
So going down the main straight. I saw when we were following Michael down the straight when he had that twitch. I just saw Falcon drop like 3 positions and then further and further down the track.
So a disaster for Shimasi, a disaster for Hellboy, and a disaster for Falcon as well. So they've all dropped down a few places. There isn't any damage on their cars. It doesn't look like it. We've got a car off the road. That's Hellboy running off the track and smashing through a polystyrene board. So quite a few cars outside the top 10 experiencing some problems. So a disaster for Shimasi as well. But out in the lead, look at this. We've got Cliffy attacking again behind Michael. But at the moment, Jamie, it's proving quite difficult to make an overtake, isn't it?
Yeah, I think right now it's a DRS train. I'm not too sure what's going on with Michael trying to catch local blocks, because I mean, he has a lot of straight line speed, so he just probably needs to get that exit out of the what, third to last corner, correct?
Young Cho.
Yep, sounds like a Japanese name.
He needs to try and get a good exit out of there, and yeah, as you say, Michael should be on him, and I should have a look into that first corner. He needs to be wary though, because if he doesn't have a look and it doesn't work out, Cliffy will be right there waiting to just pick up the pieces. There's 2.6 by the way covering the top 6 cars. This is incredible. It's going to come right down to strategy at the end of the day here, and no X now only 3 tenths.
Oh, here we go.
But Michael is looking very racy now. He's right behind Lickle blocks. Here comes the McLaren. Lickle looks like he's under real pressure this time. The super softs have finished, and here comes Michael. He sweeps right round the outside. Can he make it stick? Lickle holds his ground, but Michael doesn't care. He sweeps right round the outside. Lickle off the road, and is he going to come back and make contact? Very nearly. Now
very
Cliffy
nearly.
smells blood. Can he take the pair of them? Cliffy goes to the inside on Lickle. Michael looks to be through, and he is through into the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Lickle just about clinging on for dear life. He runs wide. Now Cliffy side by side with him. Here comes Cliffy side by side with Lickle blocks. Can he do a Johnny R19? Go right round the outside of him? I think he can. I think he can. No, he can't.
No, he can't.
There's only one man that can do that. There's only one man that can do that.
Then Noak was defending heavily from B-Stats up there, so the whole entire group of cars have packed up again. Jeez.
Oh, wow. Well, does that allow Michael to get away now, Jamie? Lickle really struggling on those super soft tyres. It might quite possibly will mean that. Already opened up 8 tenths, and Lickle really struggling, and Zalin as well. We've seen Zalin starting to drop off the front 3 as well, so the super soft tyres not working at this stage of the race, it would seem.
That's why I was surprised that the both of them went for the super softs off the start. It's a bit of a dangerous game to play.
Yeah, it is a dangerous game to play, and you're right, Jamie, you called it. It wasn't a smart move, and now Cliffy's next to line up Lickle, who's under real pressure, and is that... Alright, that's Shimasi's car getting overtaken, who's had a wretched weekend, the Haas driver. He's out, remember, or not out, but he's pretty much out. Bullet is out, Hungry Tadpole's out, Michael Davis and Hellboy all out of the Grand Prix. But we've got a fantastic battle at the front of this race. 2.5... In fact, what's the gap now between the top 6? 2.9 seconds, folks. 2.9.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Covering the top 6. It's quite incredible. What a race we are enjoying here. We might not be having a lot of overtakes at the front, but it's certainly tense. It's keeping us on our toes, Jamie. We're waiting for the fireworks to kick off. But Michael, good move on Lickle to get himself into the lead, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%. Shame Cliffy couldn't get into there, but now it's going to let ESR Michael kind of get away a bit.
Nowick's making a move on Zalin. Sorry to come across you there, Jamie.
Oh, needed.
Nowick passes Zalin. The German is through. Now Pistas need to try and follow through quickly as well. So Nowick catches Zalin sleeping at the top of the hill there. And now here comes Pistas. Can he follow through on the Hungarian driver? He needs to try and get a move on if he wants to challenge for victory this afternoon. Pistas.
Yeah, Zalin's called it. That's a good decision.
It's a good decision. It might even give him the lead in a few laps' time, given how tight the field is. So Zalin is in to the pits for a brand new set of tyres. What about Pistas though? He's looking hungry behind Nowick, isn't he, Jamie?
Yeah.
Pushing and pushing.
Nowick needed Zalin to be there for that DRS. Now he's going to have to actually defend from Pistas.
He's going to the outside as Pistas. He's forced to the outside. He can't quite get close enough to pull alongside the German driver. But Pistas looking very quick here. Your world champion is on the move. He's currently 5th. He started the race down in 9th, I think, or 8th place. I think it was 8th actually. Lewis was 9th. But up to 5th and 6th now. Lewis is only 5.6 off the lead on the mediums. What a race he's having. at the moment. So he will come into play later on, you would feel. But Nowak just about holding on as we got a move for the second position. Cliffy completes it. He passes.
Oh, they're still side by side.
They're still side by side. Licko ain't giving it up easy though, but he's going to have to, because through goes Cliffy. Brilliant move from Cliffy. Up around the outside, finishes the move, and Licko drops to third. But Licko doesn't look finished though, does he? Licko coming straight back at him. But will he come into the pits?
He needs to pit. Ooh,
no,
maybe not.
Pit. He wants to race on, and Cliffy's going to have to get defensive. Cliffy will not like the sound of that. He won't like seeing that Renault still there. He's going to try and go round the outside as Licko.
Oh, he needs to be a bit more aggressive.
Get to him. Oh, he can't quite do it.
Yeah, but he's going to have a poor... Yeah. No, he hasn't. They're going to go side by side. Oh, Beastas is right there too. I didn't realize that Beastas got Nowick. Uh-oh.
So Beast's got Nowak, and now Licko's going to have a go again at Cliffy. He's going to have to be wary though. He's already getting his nose in when he shouldn't, because here comes Beastas pulling alongside. Look at the three of them hurtling down towards the next corner, and as Beastas found a way through, he might have just have done it. Beastas will have the inside, but Licko will have the inside for the next corner. Beastas ahead. Licko keeps his nose in there. Brilliant racing here in Brazil. Licko, look at them banging wheels, rubbing wheels side by side. Licko with his hand out the cockpit, but it's to no avail for him.
Nearly spinning
Beastas is finally through, and Licko drops down into the clutches of Nowak now, and surely the pit stop has got to come soon.
Yeah,
and
here
Licko
comes Lewis. He's wound that gap in a bit more. Jeez.
Unbelievable. This is brilliant. Lewis is loving this. This is perfect for him. Nowak now will surely line up Licko. Licko has got to think about a pit stop soon, you would think.
Maybe he's trying to go for the one stop then. Super soft to medium.
He must be. He must be. And Michael, out in the lead, is probably planning a one stop too. Super soft to soft to super soft, knowing him. He's superhuman when it comes to tyres. So we'll see how long into this race he goes. Beastas now is on the move, Jamie. He's flying.
Oh my goodness.
And he's really hoping to get a move on here, and right onto the tail of Cliffy he goes. Can he make this move as soon as possible and start battling with his old foe, Michelangelo? Remember that race back in Austria, folks? It was an absolute screamer when these two went to battle. And well, I think we could see it again if Beastas can get away past Cliffy. But Cliffy's no slouch. We know he's quick. He could still win this race this afternoon, but you got to feel, Jamie, that big battle that broke out and Michael getting past Licko nice and early might just have settled this one, do you think? Or do you think Michael can be caught?
I don't know, to be honest, because that's like a 5-6 almost second gap. That's a tall order, because Lewis has to overtake cars as well.
I can also tell you that Valken's just went into contact, I think, with Zalin. Either that or he's spun himself, where Lewis Hamilton crashed in qualifying this year. That's where Falcon was off the road. He's having a bit of a nightmare weekend.
Cliffy and Beastas side by side through the set of S's. Oh, how did they not make contact? I think he forces Beastas back a bit, but Beastas is going to have the run here on Cliffy. Cliffy goes to the inside to defend. Oh, look at that straight line speed from Beastas to the outside. Cliffy on the inside, going to go side by side into turn 4. Cliffy's going to squeeze him out, surely onto the AstroTurf. Jeez.
Well, there you go. Cliffy's having absolutely none of it. Michelangelo out in the lead though. His gap's now up to nearly 4 seconds. Zalin is another one we need to watch, who's out there, of course, on fresh tyres now. He's on a set of softs. Surely he's going to two-stop from there, Jamie Zalin, having gone in early. You would think so.
Yeah,
because he's saying the outcome of the race though.
He might, because I think super soft is pretty rapid around here too.
Well, it will be quite close, and that's what's great about this race. I mean, we had the wet qualifying yesterday. The grid was slightly mixed up. We allowed us to give us different strategies. Cars slightly out of position, and now we're going to see if the two-stop can beat the one-stop, because Zalin out there is flying. He's got so much track in front of him, clear space to work in. And Beastas calling for the pit. So here we go. Both of them leaving nothing on the table on the way in, and no penalties, as you can see. No way is crashed on the way into the pits.
Oh no!
He's coming in with 3 wheels and he's wagging.
Something's missing on that car. It's it's the wheel.
Out of the race.
Yep. And
out.
that's disaster. Christian Horner banging his fists on the pit wall. What happened there then? Oh, they're still sending him out though.
On the way in.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that's a wheel rolling on the pit lane. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there is a wheel rolling down the pit lane.
That's what I'm afraid of doing in ILR2 later today, so I can't really laugh at that because I know what's going to happen to me.
Wow. Oh dear. Oh deary me. And
Zalin's
has come out ahead of Zalin's BI. He has got them. Zalin's overtaken them, as I thought he might, as a result of that flying early pit stop. And
Licko's had a disaster.
Will the undercut work though for him on Michael? It might if Michael continues to stay out much longer. If it doesn't work, you've got to fancy Michael to go on and win this race, because that's another car he would put between himself and Cliffy and Beastas, isn't it, Jamie?
He's probably going to try and do soft, super soft, knowing Michael. That means he's going to be behind cars. Lico Blocks has had a disaster. He's behind Beastas.
He's coming in. Michael's coming in.
Yeah, that's smart.
So he might actually get the jump here and stay ahead of Zalin, and that might just about end this as a contest. So in comes Michael. What tire goes on though? This is the key question. Is it a set of mediums? Look how bad the state those are in. Oh, he's gone for super softs.
Ah, my head's gone. No, he's going for mediums. Mediums.
Oh,
the timing tower.
Yeah, mediums is what he's gone for. Ignore the car. Look at the timing tower. That's right. Where is Zalin in relation to this? He's going
hold on.
Hold on.
Zalin,
the net leader. Yes, he is the net leader.
Yeah, and he makes the defense just to make sure. Oh.
The defense to make sure. Surely he won't stay there for much longer, given the tyres are going to be so much older. But Zalin has undercut absolutely everyone to take the lead of this Grand Prix. He needed to do that, but can he stretch an advantage now on those tyres and move himself on this two-stop into a winning position, Jamie? Unlikely, but what he has done is given Cliffy and Beastas another hope.
Yeah, because look, he's compacting the grid again. Because Lico Blocks got jumped by Beastas, but now they're all catching back up. And I don't think Zalin's not going to be an easy customer to overtake for the first couple of laps. So yeah, he's the net leader.
So yeah, he is, and so that means that Cliffy, Beastas, Lico will all once again have a sniff at the back of Michelangelo. Not only that, this is going to help Lewis if Zalin can hold them up. Lewis is still going out there on a marathon run on those mediums. So he'll be going on to softs later on. He will be absolutely flying.
Yeah, he'll be flying. He'll be flying. He absolutely needs Zalin to hold this group of cars up as much as possible. I don't know if Zalin's actually working that gap into Lewis. It looks like it's going down though. Zalin's tires are fresher than Lewis's, so Lewis needs to think about pitting, but he won't be able to pit for another 4 laps though. So he needs to bolt on those softs as soon as he gets them on.
Well, this race is going to be a fantastic one. Don't go anywhere, folks. Right to the end of this one. I promise you all right now, you're in for a belter. Lewis leads this race on the mediums. He started on those tires from 9th position on the grid. Remember, he won in Brazil last year from the very back of the grid.
Oh, yeah.
Incredible one-stop strategy. So he knows his way around here. So keep an eye on Lewis. He's going to be going on to a set of the soft tires on his pit stop, and he will be coming back at these guys. And thankfully for him, he's got Zalin holding up his rivals brilliantly. Zalin, who we believe is on a 2-stop, Jamie. So here we go. This is the situation. Lewis in the lead. He'll be pitting soon, and this is the guys behind that he will all be racing. Zalin, Michael, Cliffy, Beastas, and Lico all into the shout of this victory this afternoon, haven't they, Jamie? Can you pick a winner now, Michael?
Michael's in the hot seat for the win, in my opinion.
He's going down the inside.
He's going down the inside.
On Zalin, can he complete the move? Michael needs to get this move done soon. Zalin's having absolutely none of it. The Hungarian holds him back. Here comes Michael side by side. And
yeah, he's going to have it.
Going to complete the move.
Oh, look, it's Cliffy, though. Trying to get the slipstream quickly. Oh, I thought he went down the inside. No, he's okay. He's backed up a bit. Oh, you've left the session.
Yep.
Oh, good.
My PlayStation spat my game out. I don't know why. You have to continue on for a wee while. That's the second time it's done that.
Nah, I get that PS4 well in the bin, mate.
We're back to 5.
You're good. Okay, ASR Michael has, as confirmed, has gotten past Zalin, and I'm gonna have to send Andy an invite. Shit. Get out of the way. Okay. Anyways, Lewis leads from Michael, Zalin, VRT, Cliffy, and Beastas. The top's 5. The gap is starting to wind down a bit though. It's going from 12.9 to 12.1, so Lewis needs to be thinking when's the best time to pit. Obviously he can't pit for another 2 laps, as I think the softs get about 16 laps of life. So I don't know, man. Trying to get a little soft, it's not going to be quick enough to close that gap. As someone's going side by side, I think that's Beastas and Cliffy, and Beastas gets the move done on Cliffy, but Cliffy runs wide. Now he's gonna be under the he's gonna be in the clutches of Voltex Lico here. Lico trying to go around the outside. Can he get the move done? Surely Cliffy's gonna break late to try and push him out wide. They're side by side still. Cliffy trying to push him out onto the grass. Has he done it successfully? Yes, he has. Hard but fair driving from Cliffy there, but I do believe Beastas kind of pushed him a bit wide at turn 2, but that's something we'll probably see at the end of the race when people are fighting in the ILR1 chat after every Sunday night. But Lewis still leads. The gap is now down to 11.6 seconds, so he's not doing too bad on those mediums. I mean, he is losing about 0.3 a lap. And uno momento, I just need to invite Andy. Make sure he doesn't pit here. I don't want to miss any of this action. 1 second. There we go. Sent him an invite, and we're back. They didn't want to pass anyone. Let's see. So it's still B-Stats. B-Stats is about 0.8 back behind Zalan. Get out of this camera view. Gap is still 11.2, so that's something back to 11.3. I don't know if Lewis, this strategy will pay off though, because I think the pit stop delta here is about 18 seconds. So Lewis is going to come out behind about maybe 7 seconds behind this group of cars, so he needs to bolt. He needs to absolutely fly. I don't know where Andy is. He's taking his sweet time. I'm still commentating from bed. Sunday morning. Can't be asked to get up. Voltex Falcon has left the session. Another average class of him, nothing new. And there's Andy. Andy, how's it going?
Good to be back. I don't know why my game keeps spitting my disc out, but I'll get myself back in that lobby as soon as possible. And I'll look at this brilliant race that's unfolding.
Yeah, the gap is now down to 10.1. So Lewis's tires are absolutely bricking themselves. I think he can only afford to do one more lap, literally, and then he has to come in for a set of softs. He's over. Let's see. Yeah, look at. Oh dear, look at the graining on those tires. Yeah. Michael's now pulled the gap to Zalan to a second, and now B-Stas is going to see Zalan in his clutches. Zalan probably needs to pit now for a set of softs. I think that's the smartest thing to do to stop losing net time. Cliffy is still defending from Lickle. Lickle's still putting Cliffy under pressure, but he still can't get the move done. I think it's, I don't know what it is with Brazil. It's just hard to overtake in a straight line or what. Because the elevation is not that high, I don't think. Where is Interlagos?
It's proving very...
Oh, you're good.
So we are now back, and yeah. Interesting to see, Jamie, that Zalan, as you say, has not decided to come in yet for another pit stop.
He needs to come in now.
Lewis is in.
Yeah.
Lewis is in.
I thought he would be.
Well, there you go. Lewis has decided now is the time to put on a set of the soft compound tires, or maybe even super softs. Let's have a little look and see what he goes on to. Surely softs.
Softs, yeah.
Yep.
Zalan's in too. Oh no, he's not in. Beast's on the inside of Zalan then.
Yeah, B-Stas has to get this moved on now. He does make it stick, and now he can chase after Michael. 2 seconds lost though. Oh. It's now looking good for Michael once again, and look at them all queuing up to come past. Zalan under pressure from Cliffy now, and Lickle is there as well. Here goes Cliffy around the outside of Zalan. Can he make it stick? Zalan pushes him onto the grass, and he has to stay in fourth position.
It's a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah, it's a taste of his own medicine, exactly. And somehow we don't have Lickle blocks coming flying past there. What are we doing now?
Lickle trying to go around the outside of Cliffy.
He's going past him. Cliffy,
how is he doing that?
Son. Lickle's coming through. They're banging wheels, and this is brilliant stuff. And I think Cliffy might just hang on to that one for another day. But now Lickle has the inside of the track. Oh. And is he going to make the move on Cliffy? Side by side down the hill towards Yunxiao. And there you go, there's a proper pronunciation for you. And Cliffy holds on to that fourth position with Lickle breathing down his neck. But well, Zalan, think about a pit stop this time round as B-Stas starts the hunt of Michelangelo.
No, he doesn't. No,
he's not coming in. He's going to go for a set of supers. It's later on, I think he's going for supers rather than
he's going for supers. He's losing net time though. It was better off just to pit for the softs, because now he's getting bullied left and right. I mean, here comes Lickle blocks. Surely he's not going to get the move done here because VRT Cliffy has the DRS on him too. But Zalan's got to be Zalan's going to be pitting soon. Right? He's just losing time. It's not worth doing super soft, super soft. It's better to do super soft, soft, or super soft. Yeah.
No, Ace of Pace and Liam Robbo changing positions in 8th and 9th as well, Jamie. What's going on there?
Oh, they're going side by side. I think that's yep.
Liam Robbo, is he going to make the move on Ace of Pace for 8th position? Side by side still, great action further down the field, and it looks like Ace of Pace has just about got the move.
Yeah, he went off to the grass.
That's about the 5th time I've seen a car off the track at turn 4, and Liam Robbo drops to 9th.
Oh!
And 8th place is Ace of Pace, and they nearly made contact going through turn 5, and that would have been a huge
he defends again. Jeez, that was dodgy.
Wow.
Liam nearly took his win off.
Zallen rounded a spin. Oh no! Getting the pits for the new set off tires, Zallen. He's obviously spun or collided with Lickle or something along the lines as CG now passes him up into 6th place.
Wow.
Lewis has already cleared him. Disaster for Zallen. His race has fell apart once again. Lickle now is up into 4th, but he's damaged his wing, and there must have been contact between the two, Jamie, because he's got slight wing damage. Has Lickle blocked?
Yeah, he has slight wing damage.
Sliding away as well now.
Wow, that's
so
actually...
losing a few...
I don't know whose strategy was better between... Oh, Beastas started 2 positions ahead of Lewis, I think. Or is it 1? So I think Lewis can catch... He'll easily get past Lickle. I think he'll catch Cliffy as well, possibly. He's about
Lewis
what?
Still got a chance to win this. Lewis can still win this. He's 7.4 behind the leader. And he's going to pass Lickle with ease with his damaged wing. Lewis is on a charge here on those soft tires. He's got a chance, particularly if Beastas and Michael start fighting. Which
yeah, if they start fighting, then yeah.
Jamie.
If they start fighting, 100%.
But so far, my folks, if you're in the group chat or you're in the comments watching the stream live here in ILR in Brazil, let us know who you think should be your driver of the day. There's got a lot of big contenders here. Beastas in particular coming from 8th position in the grid, I believe, to climb up into 2nd, and another one is Lewis. The race ain't done yet. Lewis could still get himself into that top 2 or 3 positions. Jamie,
oh, Liam
yellow flag.
That's Ace of Pace off on the grass. That's a torrid into his race. I think they made contact with he made contact with Liam Robbo.
Oh well, Ace of Pace now outside the points, and not going well for the Swede. And the Super Swedes race is not going well at all. So Ace of Pace drops down outside the points. He's actually coming in to the pits as well. So Ace of Pace out of this Grand Prix. Beastas now only 1.6 behind your race leader Michelangelo. Michelangelo actually managed to respond a little bit here because he was getting it down to around 1.3 was Beastas. So it's one to keep an eye on. Are we going to have yet another titanic battle between Michael and Beastas before the season ends? I hope so, Jamie.
I hope so.
Because I think it's a real taste of what's to come next season, isn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%. And I'm just looking at Gunnerman, who's gone up 11 positions. Lewis
is on the back of Lickle, who's got that wing damage, and this is going to be crucial. He has to get this move done immediately if he wants to be serious about winning the race. The gap already down to 6.6 to the leader. Lewis unable to do it into turn 1. Surely he'll have the run out of the Senna S with Lickle struggling for it to pick up the throttle with his wing damage. Here we go. Lewis moving closer and closer. The DRS open. He needs to complete the move immediately if he wants to win the race. Here we go. Up the inside of Lickle. He can't do it.
Wow,
that is really hard, really sore for him.
I think he'll do it here though.
Extreme frustration. What about this time? Can he go past Lickle? You have to think it would be on the exit of the corner if anything, because Lickle's struggling so much. Look how much slower he's going. He's diving up the inside. Very opportunistic, very late on the brakes, but he's done it. And Lickle, not interested in giving up though. We've seen that a few times in this race, but he has to give up this time to the quicker, the faster Lewis, who moves up into 4th place. And Jamie, he really needed to get that move done immediately.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing Lickle has is straight line speed. I've noticed when he was battling with Michael. So it just needs to see that he doesn't catch Lewis down this main straight, because I don't think Lewis has good straight line speed. I guess we'll find out here.
Well, we've got a few people in the comments saying that Lewis so far maybe driver of the day. We've got Paul saying Lewis is going to end up on the podium for sure.
Yeah, if Lewis gets on podium, I say he's going to be driver of the day. If not, Gunnerman. Gunnerman's had a solid drive. He's up 11 positions.
Yeah, he has. So let's have a quick look then at that position change. Gunnerman up 11. Of course, there'll been a lot of retirement, so he's still done well, Gunnerman, but I still think the likes of Lewis and Beastas have shaded it so far, especially if Beastas can win from here, or Lewis. We've got Gunnerman now up 12 positions because he's just passing Liam Robbo up into 7th position. And then now, what's his next target? CG. I don't think he's going to get that far.
14 seconds. CG's had a good drive too, though.
He has, CG, but it's been a quiet one, hasn't it? He's not really raced anyone. He's not quick enough to fight the front 5 and not slow enough to fight the guys behind him. So CJ putting in a solid drive for 8 World Championship points in that Mercedes. Well, yeah, let's have a quick rundown of the order. On lap 27 out of 36, Michelangelo leads with Pistas in second, up 6 places from his 8th place on the grid. Then it's Cliffy in third, started there and is still there. Lewis up 5 in 4th position and challenging for the victory in the later stages, you would think. Lickel is 5th, CJ 6th, Conan is up to 7th, up 12 places from the very back. Liam Robbo is 8th, Zalin 9th, and Danielle is 10th. Ace of Pace 11th, Zera Mercedes 12th, and Shimasi is out of the Grand Prix. His car's just going around the circuit. He has disconnected. He's 13th. The rest of them all out. That's Johnny, Falcon, Nowek, Bullet, Hungry Tadpoles, Michael Davis, and Hellboy. So the gap out front, Jamie, around 1.5 seconds. As Zalin now makes a move on Robbo, and he completes it into turn 1. Zalin up into 8th place.
And he'll probably catch Gunnar and their teammates, so they probably won't fight too hard.
Yeah, they won't. I don't think they will. But we need to keep an eye here on Beastas. Do you think Michael's got him in his pocket?
I think, because the gap winds down going into Sector 1, and then it opens up going into Sector 3. Like, he's only catching it like a net 10th per lap.
Yeah, it does seem that way. I think Beastas is trying his best. He's really low in fuel. He's right on the borderline, 0.007, basically right on target. Michael's got a little bit in his pocket, 0.8, so you have to feel that if it's going to be a Beastas victory this afternoon, he's going to have to do something very, very special to beat Michael out in the lead. But we need to keep an eye on Lewis, whose challenge has faded a little bit since he had to battle with Lickel blocks, but he's 6.4 off the lead. It's too late for him to win. He certainly can get to Cliffy though, and challenge for that podium spot. Do you think Lewis will get him?
Yeah, I think so. I have full confidence we'll be able to do it.
Up.
It is one thing catching up and another thing overtaking. Yep, 100%.
Well, it's going to be quite an interesting finale. We've got a battle out in front for the victory. We're going to have a battle pretty soon for that 3rd and 4th place between Cliffy and Lewis. The gap to the lead now for Lewis, 6.1 with 7 laps to go. It's over pretty much in that sense. But Beastas just trying to get closer and closer to Michael, but not close enough. Jamie, right now, could you nominate 3 drivers do you think could contend for driver of the day?
Yeah, I'd say between Michael, I'd say Michael, Beastas, and then if it wasn't, or Michael, Beastas, Lewis, if it wasn't for those 3, I would even throw Gunnar up there. But right now I think it's between those 3, as Lewis is really wanting that gap. Jeez.
He's wound it right in, and I have to agree with you, Jamie. I would say one of those 3 as well. Cliffy might feel a little bit hard done by. He's put in a good performance this weekend.
He has put in a good one, to be fair.
He's shown a lot more pace than I expected of him, as has Lickel, despite, Lickel's had a few issues in the race, but I was really surprised to see these guys really stepping up to the likes of Beastas, Michael and Lewis. And I think they've proved that they can contend for the championship as well next season. And Falcon needs to sort himself out. We've got Danielle out.
Whoa. Oh, out in the straight, jeez.
Strange place. Has he done a Raikkonen in Brazil from 2016? It looks like it. He's having a bit of a nightmare getting it round the right way. But Danielle does get himself pointing in the right direction, but he is out of the Grand Prix, and he will not get any points, and that gives Ace of Pace a glimmer of hope for that final point. But let's keep an eye on Lewis then, as he now gets right up behind Cliffy and looks certain to snatch that champagne off the British driver, his fellow British driver. Here comes Lewis up the hill then towards that final corner. Is Cliffy going to be under some pressure here? You have to say he will be. And Danielle leads the session as Lewis opens up that DRS on the Force India, closing and closing and closing in on VRT Cliffy, but into turn 1 he's not close enough to make the move, and Lewis stays stuck in that 4th position. But Cliffy will do well to hold on in these remaining laps. He really will.
He might actually be able to hold on, because I forgot he's on the mediums too. I don't know. The mediums have good tire life in this later stages, whereas the softs just fall off after about 14 laps. So he needs to get the move done in the next 2 laps, or otherwise that's it.
Yeah, as you say, the tyre delta will start to come back in Cliffy's favour.
Yeah.
So Lewis, while he's got the pace, while he's got the tyres underneath him, is going to have to get this move done pretty soon. I mean, Jamie, we've seen how tough it is to overtake. Where do you fancy Lewis to do it? Into turn 1 or down at
turn 4? Turn 4, I think. It's gonna end up with Cliffy on the grass. I can see it now.
It's going to end up with another car on the grass down at turn 4. Well,
Oh, yeah.
you're probably right. We'll find out in a few moments' time as Lewis now gets close enough to really threaten Cliffy this time. Here we go, the Toro Rosso mechanics starting to bite their nails down there. Here comes the Force India. Lewis gaining and gaining and gaining. The Pink Panther closing in. DRS open. Will he do it into turn 1? He's going for the late lunge.
He's going for it.
There's big contact, and somehow he doesn't tap Cliffy.
That was smart. That was smart, though. He pushed him off his line. On the run down turn 4.
A bit between his teeth. Cliffy goes defensive to the inside. I tell you what, Jamie, if there's any man getting pushed onto the grass here, it looks like it's going to be Lewis. He tries to be the outside. Oh, Cliffy's still there. He is on the grass.
He is on the grass.
You said he would be. And Cliffy holds on to that third place just about. Michael looking safe out in front. He's stretched his advantage now to 2.4 seconds. The master of tyre life looks to be proving it yet again, Jenny. Weathered the Beast storm, looked after his tyres, and has extended his gap out to 2.3 seconds. But this is a brilliant battle to watch between Michael Beastas and, of course, Cliffy and Lewis. Here we go, Lewis right behind. What about this time, Jamie? What about this time?
Surely this time he must have it. That was smart to go for the dive to put him off his line. I don't know if Cliffy's going to fall for that this time. He's probably going to defend.
Well, the good thing, I don't know, I think it worked actually for Cliffy because as long as he gets himself over turn 3 to that inside very quickly for turn 4, he's got a good
he's defending that. Oh, okay, he's going to fake it, go down the inside. Oh, there's contact.
Brilliant move that from Lewis. Cliffy went over to the left, then Lewis came diving back up the inside, completes the movement to turn 1, and it's a beautiful move from the Force India driver. I think the better overtaking place at the end of the straight is turn 4, but you get more variability, you get more options I think into turn 1, and Lewis there showed that you might not get close enough into 1, but you do have more options. You can try the outside, you can try the inside, whereas at turn 4 you're almost forced. If you don't have the inside you get no chance, Jamie, don't you?
Yeah.
And Lewis there working his magic into turn 1 and brilliantly passing Cliffy and taking Cliffy off the podium, and there you go then, that's it. I think we can safe to say the top 3 will be our nominations for driver of the day. So folks, let us know, is there anyone else you want to give a shout out in the comments? Please let us know who is your driver of the day this afternoon. We've given our nominations, Jamie. Who are you going to go for your driver of the day? Who do you pick?
I'll probably say Lewis. Oh, sorry. Watching ZR Mercedes and Ace of Pace here battling, do some battle back here. ZR Mercedes going to try to go on the outside. Oh, Ace of Pace breaks so late. Pushes him off well onto the AstroTurf. And he comes back on the track safely. They're still side by side heading up into turn 6. And I think ZR Mercedes has the inside line and is going to leave Ace of Pace out to dry. But jeez.
Yeah, he's got it for that final point as well. They're all scrapping like crazy. 1 minute and 3 off the lead. But they are fighting for that final point. ZR Mercedes as well. He had a bit of a disappointing race. He was right up there in qualifying.
Yeah, he was right up there.
So he'll be furious with that. 1 point. In fact, he might not even get 1 point because Ace of Pace is looking pretty racy behind. So drama right to the flag here in Brazil. We had a full grid of 20 cars when the race started, and we've had a fantastic battle throughout this race. But it looks like Michael has won it. Beastas second, Lewis third. So back to your driver of the day, Jamie. Are you going to go with Lewis then?
Yeah. Let me take a look before I say anything silly. Yeah, I'll probably. Oh, I don't know. I don't know because he's got the same. I mean, him and Beastas have both had solid drives. I don't know. Beastas was putting some moves though in the grid too. You know, I'm gonna go with probably go with Lewis actually for my driver of the day.
Okay. Well, that's good because we're going to have a little bit of a disagreement in the commentary box. I'm going to go for Beastas. So
yeah, Beastas did do a really good job too.
It's very hard. It is very hard to pick between the two. As you can see, they both climbed up 6 places from their starting positions. But for me, Beastas was just a little bit quicker, and he almost got to Michael to win it. But Michael's obviously covered him off in the end. You got to wonder if Beastas and Lewis were at the front from the very start, if they had the pace to beat Michael. I think they might have, Jamie. You know that? I think they might have. I definitely think they might have. But good effort from the two of them to get onto the podium. It's been a magnificent performance from those guys. And yeah, I'm going to go Beastas. Let us know in the comments who you're going for, because we're going to have a little bit of disagreement up here in the commentary box, and we're struggling to pick a driver of the day. Y-Racer's going for Lewis. So there you go. I've been told I'm wrong. So there you go. Are we going to go with Lewis then? So some of the guys in the comments saying Lewis. So maybe Jamie, maybe Jamie's got the vote, and maybe that's the man that deserves a driver of the day. I'm still sticking with B-Stats though.
Yeah, B-Stats is putting some good moves though in the opening stint. That was fun to watch. As CJ and Liquid Blocks are about to do battle here. CJ all over the back of Liquid Blocks here for P5. Oh, this is gonna be fun to watch then.
Oh, this is going to be brilliant. How has Lico dropped off so much?
Yeah, he's fallen off.
Oh, he's the front wing.
Oh, the front wing. I've forgotten about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot all about that front wing. And,
CJ just has a bit of a twitch. I think that's going to ruin his chance.
Keep an eye on Michelangelo, who's about to come home and to the victory here, but we'll keep an eye at the moment on Lico. Is Frisky going to get past him? There's a little bit of beat between these two quite often, isn't there, Jamie?
Yeah. He's running a bit wide.
This is going to be some fireworks here.
Oh, what is that?
Oh,
side by side.
And the hands out the cockpit, no love lost between the two. We know that. And they continue to rub paint and trade paint, but through he goes. But what about Michael? He's done a fantastic job here today in Brazil. He's after these tires. He's held off the B-Stats charge. Michelangelo wins in Brazil.
What happened to B-Stats? He had to defend from Lewis at the finish line.
Wow, B-Stats just about holds off Lewis at the end there. 2 tenths between them. Cliffy sees it home in 4th, and it will be 5th. For Frisky CG. I think Lewis was just flying, Jamie. He must have been.
No, the gap was 2.2 when the last lap began.
But even, yeah, okay, well, he's lost 8 tenths somewhere, but the fact Lewis got that close to him,
that's a bit.
It's quite incredible.
Wow.
CG sees the line in 5th. I'm sure there'll be a discussion between him and Lickle afterwards. I can't wait to mute the ILR1 chat. CG finishes 5th. Lickle 6th, he'll be distraught with that. He had a fantastic chance to win today from the pole. Gordon N is home 7th, up 12 places. Another contender, of course, for driver of the day. Fresh from his brilliant victory last week. Zalin is 8th. Liam Robbo comes home in 9th. And Zera Mercedes looks like he's going to see off Ace of Base for that final point in 10th game. A really, really exciting race. Hopefully ILR2 will live up to it. Join the boys for that one up next at 7 o'clock. Not long until that. We're racing in Brazil in ILR2 as well, and it will be another cracking Grand Prix. But yeah, Jamie, let's try and get some boys in for the interviews. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, let's see.
I'll try and invite them if you want.
Yeah. That move from CJ though.
But yeah, let's have a look at the podium first of all. There they are, up there, celebrating a fantastic race. We enjoyed it. I bet you B-Stats and Lewis didn't think they'd be up there yesterday after qualifying, but such is their talent, such is their ability to charge through the field in the searing pace. They've done a great job to get up onto that podium. But there's the champion, it's Michelangelo on top again. A fantastic victory for him. And there we go into the finale in Abu Dhabi. And hopefully we're going to have another thrilling race there to round off the season. And of course we will be announcing the lineups for next season, ILR 1, 2 and 3, and of course 4 as well pretty soon. So be sure to join us next week for that one. But there you go. Fantastic race won by Michelangelo. My driver of the day, B-Stats, comes home in 2nd. Your driver of the day, Jamie Lewis, is home in 3rd. Cliffy sees it, the flag in 4th. Slightly disappointed, I think, that he's dropped down a position in the end. Frisky sees it 5th. Good effort from him from 11th place. Lickle, a distraught and disappointed 6th. Gordon N is 7th. 8th is the Sauber of, who's that? Sauber, who's that? That's Gordon N. No, that's his teammate Zalin that's seen it 8th. And Liam Robbo was 9th, and Zera Mercedes rounded out the top 10. So let's try and get the drivers on here. Bear with us, folks, and we can have some driver interviews with the top 3 guys. I'll suggest them, Jamie.
Oh, Liquid Blocks isn't. What is my game doing? See, here's the reason it took me so long to get on F1 today, because it was doing dumb shit like this. Like, what's it just done now? It was like trying to make me do like a whole HDR setup. My head's gone. Alright, let me invite these people. Alright. Oh yeah.
ability to manage the race out front. And he made some crucial moves as well, Jamie, didn't he? To open out that little advantage and build himself a cushion. He made the moves early on Zalin and early on Lickle, I think it was, to open out a little cushion, didn't he?
Oh yeah. Way, Pistas.
So we've got Pistas, and we'll wait Michael and Lewis. Hopefully we can get those guys in a few moments' time. But brilliant race, fantastic, really enjoyed it. And hopefully we can get the rest of these guys in as soon as we can. But yeah, brilliant race in Brazil. Hopefully Abu Dhabi will bring us another cracker to end the season, and we'll go into next season looking at a real title battle. Jamie, I've got to ask you now before we go to Pistas as we wait, and Michael joins us now. But yeah, Jamie, a quick question: who do you think will win the title next year, Jamie, on the current form?
Behave. Come on now.
Come on, you've got to pick someone.
No, let's not be silly and say silly things. It's too competitive to say something disrespectful like that. I mean, I'll put my money on defending champion Pistas probably.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll find out. I mean, I like to. I don't think it's been disrespectful, Jimmy. I like to try and mix it up amongst the drivers. I think by doing that and saying that I think one driver's quicker than another gets everyone more competitive and it gets them racing hard. And I think sometimes that can tighten up the field a little bit. So
oh yeah,
we'll see. But we have got Michael here now, a race winner. We'll have a word with him. And Michael, well done, fantastic job, great victory. Pistas pressed you near the end, but you had enough in your pocket to get the victory, so good job, well done.
Thank you, thank you.
And,
very tight race.
Sorry, go on.
No, just very tight race, had good pace, somehow found a really good setup, so yeah, I'm gonna blame that on the setup, it was very good, but GG to Pistas, very good pace from him as well, minimizing the mistakes won me that race, so really feeling good after that.
Do you think it was crucial to get past Lickle when you did, and important to get past Zalin when you did as well, because that helped you open out a little gap when the other guys were struggling to make a move? Is that do you think that was the key to the race, and as well as cutting out mistakes?
I'd say main rival on that race on the first stint was Cliffy, so I really didn't worry about Lickle because I knew he was on the 2-stop at the time. I think more like it was Zalin that I had to get past because Cliffy and Pistas were coming really quickly behind me, and after getting past I knew I could have the pace, but then I saw Pistas very quick as well, so yeah, 20 laps flat out, yeah, really few mistakes, so good to have that little mistakes that race.
Well, good job. I've got to ask you, how was the one-stop strategy today? I know you love looking after your tyres. You're a master at that. How were the tyres at the finish? Were they in good condition? No problems at all?
Yeah, as I said, the setup actually helped me so much. On another league race, I couldn't do the one-stop at all. So no real struggle to the end there. I was like 70%, so I could manage the tyres pretty well. I think that's another key factor when we that race one-stop worked very well.
Well, good job, Michael. Best of luck next week. And Abu Dhabi, it's going to be a fantastic battle there. And Michael, I think you're in Race of Champions, aren't you? You're going to be available for that one, aren't you?
Yeah, looking forward to that. I think it's March next week.
Good luck for that one. That's going to be fantastic too. The Race of Champions, of course. Remember, folks, ILR1, ILR2, ILR3, all doing battle in the Race of Champions. So let's go on to the World Champion. We've not seen him for a while. Pistas, where have you been the last 2 weeks? Where have you been?
Busy. Just not been able to race. So.
Oh, he's been busy. Well, it's a shame because we wanted to see you wrap up the championship on track. You didn't need to come to the track because, of course, CJ wasn't quick enough to or able to get enough points to stop you because he was the man that was second in the championship. But yeah, congratulations on the world title, Pistas. You showed your pace today, and I've got to say, do you think you could have won that race today if you didn't have that poor qualifying? Do you think the race was there to be won?
Well, if I would have got my last quali run in, I was 3.5 temps up. No, then I ran out of fuel. Yeah, that would have put me probably within the 10th or Lickle or maybe even pole. So I don't know, if I would have got that lap in, it probably would have been a different story in the race. I would be much closer to Michael. But yeah, fair play to him on the win. It would have been close, but yeah.
And I've got to ask you, you were coming at Michael very, very quickly after you made the move on Cliffy. You got to within 1.3, I think it was, and then Michael seemed to open out again. What do you think that was? Do you think Michael was just looking after the tyres, or do you think it was you on fuel? What was it that stopped the charge?
Nah, he had good pace and good tyre wear. Now at the end, my like rear left was on 80%, so I wasn't going to challenge him.
Well, you got drive of the day from me. I think Jamie voted for Lewis, who was also flying. I don't think we've got Lewis with us, so which is a shame. But Lewis as well, he was very quick as well, Beastas, and I think you were really racing him for quite a lot of that race, keeping an eye on him. He was always going to be a rival, 8th and 9th in the grid, and finished 2nd and 3rd.
No, he went on the bad strategy. He did medium soft. He should have done soft medium. He would have been with me like in that battle at the start.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Well, Jamie, have you got any questions for the two drivers?
Not really, no.
No questions. Well, good job, Beastas. I've got to ask you as well. I want to ask both of you. Next season, first of all, I'm going to ask Beastas, you are the champion. I want to ask you about next season because next season's looking brilliant. I mean, I cannot wait for next season to start. Today was a great advert for next season. There were 7 cars in the opening stint, separated by 2.8 seconds or something. It was crazy. I've got to ask you, who are the main rivals, Beastas? If you were to pick 2 or 3 drivers, who are the main rivals to your championship charge?
100% Lewis, and if I had to pick, probably Michael or Falcon, because I feel like if Falcon turns up, he's really quick. But yeah, I'd probably say Lewis or Michael.
Lewis and Michael then, with a possibility of Falcon as well. So, okay, well there you go. What about yourself, Michael? Who do you think? Do you think Beastas is your main rival, and who else could be a challenge?
Yeah, I think Beastas always up there. You know, when he turns up, he's always contesting for the wins. So I think that's going to be one man to keep an eye out for. And I think Falcon, if he can put the hammer down and keep on, you know, coming to races and actually good on qualifying, practicing for races and that. Yeah, if he keeps his head down, I think he's going to be very, very quick on his days. He's unbeatable. So I think I'm going to have to go with him as well. I'm going to try my best. Obviously, very, very close. So I don't think it's going to be... I hope it's not only 3 people contesting for the title. We'll see.
Well, I can't wait. I personally think it will be Lewis and you two guys. I think that is who I personally think the 3 main title rivals are. I think the other guys just like a little bit of consistency, the same speed that you guys have. But maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I want to see everybody in the title battle. I certainly think all these guys can win races, without doubt. Your Cliffies, your Falcons, I think they can all win, but I'm going to go with those 3. I'm going to ask Jamie quickly. Jamie, what do you think? I mean, I know you're saying it's very difficult to call, you want to sit in the fence, but Jamie, come on, climb off the fence, tell us, who do you think's your main contenders?
Behave, mate. Main contenders. Well, I don't know. People are telling me that they're actually going to start practicing next season too, so it's going to be more than just like, I mean, well, you have like 6 people. I mean, you have people like Falcon, you have people like Michael, Beastas, Lewis, Cliffy. Did I mention Falcon? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Who else is in that? Mate, there's a lot of cars to even throw up for a world championship bid. The thing is, though, is that like Michael said, Falcon needs to screw his head on and stop doing silly things. And once he sorts that out, I think he'd be up there. You know, I think a lot of drivers, you know, they keep it clean, don't do anything rash. Show up to races, actually qualify, and do well in the race. You know, there could be multiple drivers in this fight. Like, there's too many to call, mate.
Well, there you go. Jamie thinks it's too many to call. Well, thanks very much, folks. Thanks. I'll let the drivers go on their way if they want, and go back and watch the stream or whatever they intend to do next. So, good job from Lewis. Congratulations to him on the victory here in Brazil. We are off to Abu Dhabi next. Of course, well done to Beastas, the world champion. Of course, the first time we've seen him in quite some time. So, we go on to Abu Dhabi, where we will be announcing the driver lineups for next season. The all eagerly anticipated driver lineups. But Jamie will be relegated to ILR10, won't you, Jamie?
Yeah, wind your neck in, mate.
Well, there you go, folks. We'll see you next week for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The same time, of course, 5:30 on your TV sets. Up next is ILR2 in about 10 minutes' time. And yeah, Brazil promises to be another cracking race there. So that's all from myself. That's all from Jamie. And we will see you again next week. Goodbye.
You did.